Okay. So the given part of this is what we really want to learn here. The probability that your first card was a king, given that you won the game. So the probability that your first card was a king. The probability that you drew a king is 3/5. But it's not asking that. It's asking that the probability that you drew, your first card was a king, given that you won the game. So if you won the game, you had to have 2 kings, right? If I'm saying, I'm talking about kings. So here's the hard part. When we do the given here, we're going to divide by the given information. So you're going to divide by the given. So the probability that you drew a king, given that you won. All right, so here's what's important. You got to try to get this in your own words here. The given piece is all, remember the denominator in probability is the total of everything, right? Well, the total of the subject that we're talking about is really what your denominator is. So what is the total probability of winning the game? You can win by 2 aces or 2 kings in this example. So that's what you're looking for, the total of everything of the subject you're wanting. So we just did that. The total of 2 aces is 2/20. The total of 2 kings is 6/20. Add that together, 8/20, which was 0.4. That's how you can win the game. So the probability that your first card was a king is really asking, or given that you're winning, is really asking the probability that you have a king and then you won, so you had to have another king. That's what that's asking. So this piece is what? 6/20, whatever that is. So to do the calculation with fractions, 6/20, and that's 8/20. Take the top fraction times the reciprocal of the bottom. 20s cancel out, that's 6/8 or 0.75. You can use your calculator for all that stuff. Okay, you don't have to do it like that. So on the paper I showed, it says 0.75. So let's do another problem from beginning to end for the given piece. All right, let's set up let's see if you can set up the tree diagram. I will help you, okay? Let's just see if you can lead me into it. Because you have to do this. So here's this setup. The question, check your understanding here. All right. So Jacoy has a Spotify playlist with over 1,000 songs. All of the songs are classified as either pop or rock, with 40% being pop, 60% being rock. Of the pop songs, 80% of them are short, 25% of the rock songs are short. Suppose that Jacoy uses shuffle play to choose his first song of the day. All right, so now we're just going to make a tree diagram. So in here, read it again and tell me what the first branches are going to be. What are the 2 or 3 or 4 main subjects?
40% pop, 60%.
The subjects, pop and rock, right? So we're going to write, there's 2 of them. You have pop and rock. And then what'd you say the percentages were for pop and rock?
40 and 60.
40% for pop? Okay, which means you have 60% for rock. Each group of branches should add up to 1. Now, after they talked about the pop and rock, what is the subject of the second group? It's not pop and rock again. What is it?
Short.
Short and long songs. So we're going to make that short and long and short and long. And what do they tell you? 80% of the pop songs are short, and what's the next thing they say?
Rock, 25%.
25% of the rock songs are short. Okay, so what are the longs? Each group of branches have to add up to 1. So if 80% of the pop songs are short, then there has to be 20% that are long. Okay? And 25% of the rock songs are short, so 75% are long. Now, what do we do over here? How do we get this information? Multiply. So take your calculators, point four, what's 8 times 4? 32. And you have 2 decimal places here, so move it 2 decimal places to the left. That's how you do that. 4 times 2? 8. You have 2 decimal places, so you gotta move 2 decimal places. So that's 0.08. Everybody try to do this without your calculator. Let's see, 0.25 is 1/4. What's a 1/4 of 6? 1/4 of 60. That's kind of a hard one. It's 15. And you're using 2 decimal places there, so it's 0.15. You can multiply it out with the calculator if you want. And then 3/4 of 60 is 0.45. Think about that for a second. If 1/4 of 60 is 15, 3/4, 3 of these, 3/4 of 60 is 45. 3/15s are 45. You just use your calculator. I'm just trying to show you can figure some things out. All right, so the point here is these are the only numbers you're using. Don't use those. So let's take a look at the questions. No, let's just go to number 3. What is the probability that a short pop song is chosen? Short pop song. So what that's saying is this right here. The probability that you have a short and it's a pop song. Simple answer. What do you think it is?
0.08%.
Short.
8%.
Short and a pop song. Pop song and short is 0.8. Pop song is 0.4 and means multiply. It's this one. Remember, you're only using these values.
I was looking at the long number.
So, yeah, so that's what this is, 0.32. What's probably that you have a short rock song? Short and it's rock.
15%.
Yeah, 15%. Find the probability that you have a short song. What that means is you have the probability of a short let's see, short, a pop song is short and a rock song that is short.
0.8 times 0.25.
Or, I said and, I meant or. Pop song that's short or a rock song that's short. You add them together, right? So, 0.32 plus 0.15. So that's 0.47. You see? So be careful when you're reading up there. I mean, when I write it like this, you guys can do it, but they don't write it like that. And nobody talks like this. You have to understand what it is they're asking. All right, now let's do the given. The given was the difficult part. Remember what we said about the given, okay? Given that the song selected is short, stop right there and figure out what that says. The given is your denominator. It's all of the short stuff. Using these values. What are you going to do? You add all the short probabilities together, 0.32 and 0.15, which is what we just did right there. So given that you're choosing from the pool of short songs, think of it this way, out of all the short songs. So if I told you got 20% on your test, you got 20 out of 100, right? So when we're speaking, we need to try to think of those things in mathematical operations. So the given is really you're taking something out of a total of something. I want the short songs. So out of all of the short songs, how many short songs are there? Percent-wise, 0.32 and 0.15. 47% of them are short songs. So out of the 0.47 probability, now you look at this, the probability that you have a pop song. Now remember, it's attached to the given. The probability of a pop song is 0.4 out of the 1,000 songs, but it's not out of the 1,000. When you attach this given, you're saying, what are the pop songs out of all of the short possibilities?
0.32.
Yeah, you put the 0.32 up there. That's what makes it difficult to understand. Remember, the second you see the word given, don't just give me the basic probability. And what is that? Calculator?
0.68.
0.68, that's correct. So you have a 68% chance of listening to a pop song that is short. Okay? All right, that's the piece you need to remember from section 3. Homework is on Google Classroom. Get started. Just like this.